In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the decision-making matrix to make better decisions. You can download the sheet following the link in the description, and if you don't want to watch the video, you can read the instructions in the article that I have written on the blog. There are 4 sheets in the matrix: simple, weighted average, plus minus, and qualitative. Each corresponds to a different type of decisions you're trying to make. Which sheet to use comes down to the variables that matter to you when making a decision. Let's take the example of moving abroad. Moving abroad comes down to moving abroad or staying home. This is the first level of decision that you have to make. Let's say we decide to move abroad and that we have the choice between moving to Barcelona or Copenhagen. Now it's time to choose which variables we're going to use to find out which decision is the best. I have chosen 6 variables: weather, people, taxes, food, prices, and job. All you need to do now is to fill up the cell with the value of your choice for each variable. In this case, I have written a 9 for the weather in Spain and a 6 for Copenhagen. I have written 6 for the job in Spain and a 10 for Copenhagen. Fill up the columns with a value between 1 and 10 for each criterion. The sheet has been built to automatically calculate your score. Look at the option with the most points and you know which one to choose. In that case, it's Barcelona. Let's now have a look at the weighted average sheet. Weighted average just means that we will assign an order of importance to each criterion. In the simple sheet, each criterion were equal to each other. But in reality, some people may care more about job and weather than taxes and food, or the other way around. This sheet takes these preferences into consideration. The first thing you need to do is to assign a multiplicator between 1 and 3 in the WA column to each criterion. Why 3? Because a criterion is rarely more than 3 times more important than another criterion. In this case, I have assigned 3 for taxes and 1 for food. It means I care very much about paying low taxes and I don't care so much about the food. If we are using the same points we have assigned to the previous sheet, we get to a result of 67.5 for Barcelona and 60.5 for Copenhagen. Now let's imagine that we took a multiplicator of 5 for the job. In this case, Copenhagen would have been the best option. This is why the weighted average sheet can give a different result compared to the simple sheet. The plus-minus sheet is similar to the weighted average sheet in the fact that it assigns different values to different criteria. Let's say that paying taxes is a deal breaker for you. Then instead of adding a few points to taxes, you would subtract points. This enables you to give much more weight to negative criteria. In this case, I changed the value for a few criteria in the 2 cities to show how the plus-minus sheet can give a totally different result. The sheet is now even more skewed in favor of Spain than it is in favor of Copenhagen. Finally, the last sheet is a qualitative sheet which is entirely based on feelings and impressions. Simply write how you feel and what matters to you in each column. The sheet helps you have an overview of the different options but doesn't grade any.